Alright, hello everyone. Today we are going to be talking about the first official named storm in the Atlantic Ocean. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on loop. This is the IR satellite imagery of it. So you can see that we do have with this some development starting to occur on the southwest side of this thing. Looks like we could see some convection possibly start acting up there and start increasing the strength of this. Currently we have very strong, rather north and southeast quadrants of this thing, but the southwest still needs to develop. Now, going over to the, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the true color of this zoomed out. You can see this right here. You can see that swirling mass of tropical storm. Clouds are already starting to impact, North Carolina. Some clouds of this are starting to roll in there. So now I want to go ahead and show you take you to the National Hurricane Center's official site. So you can see here that the track for this takes this thing basically right along the outer banks of North Carolina. And we have a tropical storm warning issued for the North Carolina coastline. I want to go ahead and show you guys also the wind speed probabilities. The wind speed probabilities, here you go. From right now, currently, we have about a 90% chance of seeing tropical storm force winds, and as we get over to the outer banks, we have around a 30 to, I'm going to say 60% chance of seeing tropical storm force winds. Now, hurricane wind speed probability, we do have this starting to show up over when it moves away from North Carolina. That's going to be interesting to see if it does become a hurricane. So we'll see what happens there. I don't think it will, but we'll see. Currently, conditions for this storm are that it is 45 mile per hour winds currently, and it is moving movement north-northeast at 9 miles per hour, and it has maximum sustained winds, like I just said, of 45 miles per hour. So that's pretty, it's definitely increasing in strength. Now we're going to go over what the models are saying. So this is the intensity guidance of the storm. Now I can see a lot of storms keep it as almost a high-end tropical storm, and a few models get it. Like around 2 models get it close to being a category 1 before it plummets off. As we get to about hour 48, that's when these storms are basically saying that, hey, we're gonna see the highest we have is definitely around almost past 60 miles per hour. I'm gonna see what happens with it. So now the track guidance on this, you can see here a lot of these models, except for some of the what the heck. Okay, so what is happening here? So the first off, what is happening here? What is this model doing? What the heck? It wants to go to Lake Erie, and then this one does a full, like, 3, what the, whoa, okay. Well, those guys are probably drunk, those models. The model runs over there, needs some help. But most models, except for the weird ones, kind of keep it on the track that skims the outer banks and then takes it off to sea again. So we'll see what happens with that, as it does appear that we will have impact on North Carolina. So this most likely will bring a lot of rain, heavy rainfall, dangerous rip currents, high waves, all of the, normal things with a tropical storm. Now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you some forecast models for this thing. So first off, I'm just going to show you the GFS model. So the GFS model basically has it. So here we are, 1,000 millibars of pressure. In fact, I want to move this over to the southeast. 1,000 millibars of pressure right here. A counterclockwise storm movement kind of like that. So we're gonna move this a little bit, and as you can see, as we get to around hour 18, that's when this storm starts to get dropping in millibars. So the current pressure with this, as recorded, is around 1,000 millibars. As we get to forecast hour 12, we have 997 millibars, 991, 991, 987, and 990 as it moves off and away, and we get down to 996, and then it keeps kind of going over there as well. Alright, so as it makes impacts on the Outer Banks, it could, honestly, I'm going to say could be a hurricane. It's most likely not going to be, but it's definitely going to be a very high-end tropical storm. 987 millibars of pressure is what this model is saying. So we'll see what happens. Now with the European model, it's a way different story. Oh gosh, I need to go to a different area. Regional, Mid-Atlantic. There we go. So with the European model, it's a way different story. So you can see around forecast hour. Oh yeah. Well, this one's being quite weird. This one's the weird one, the website. But this one gets it down to 1,002 millibars when it hits and 1,000 to 1,002 millibars when it hits the North Carolina coastline. And this one gets it down to around 997 millibars, and that one keeps it pretty interesting and keeps it intensifies it as it gets away from North Carolina. So we'll see what happens there. Now, what I want to go ahead and do is find the NAM model. Now, the NAM model is this is just some more high definition stuff for us to use. In fact, I want to use the radar for this. There we go. So this is what the NAM model shows. The NAM model, like the GFS, shows it intensifying before it hits the North Carolina coastline, and kind of zooms off. Also, it keeps it rather close to Virginia and all those other areas. And that's when and then this right here, another thing I want to show you. This kind of front right here kind of pushes us away from the coast. I'll show you that in action right now. You can see that coming there. That low pressure system swings it away from them, and keeps the rest of us safe again. Well, the rest of them safe. Whatever. You know, I'm going to stop talking. Now, another thing I want to show you pretty interesting now. I'm going to go to the West Atlantic. There we go. Northwestern Atlantic. I want to show you the shear, because this thing kind of found a good pocket that's pretty nice. So the shear, here we go. Current shear. Very bad. Actually, wait. That's a while ago. Hold on. So when this thing developed, it had minimal shear, which helped it. And as it goes off, you can see it intensifies. It gets that more intense shear. But the overall trend is that shear starts to weaken over time. It's really strong. It found that perfect pocket, and it rides it until it can't really once it gets to around North Carolina, that's when it kind of gets a shear again that kind of rips it apart. So, let's see. I'm going to think if there's anything else I want to show you all. Do not believe there is anything else for me to show you guys today. Let me think about it. Let me go. Actually, hold on. There's one more thing I do want to show you, everyone. And that is the Storm Prediction Center and the threat. There's also a threat for severe weather on that Day 2 outlook. We have a threat for tornadoes, the wind all the way down, and it's for that area, North Carolina and all that, and then the hail, not for only those two areas right here in, Florida, and in the plains or northwest, Pacific Northwest, and all those regions, or just the Northwest. I don't know what I'm saying now. I'm just rambling right now. Oh, gosh. And that Day 1 outlook, we do have a slight risk and a marginal risk. And slight risk, we have a 5% chance of seeing a tornado. We have a 15% chance of wind. And hail, 5% chance for Northwest America. And with the NAM model basically says, I'll show you guys this really quick. NAM model goes ahead and shows you all that, well, NAM, what are you doing? So what it shows you, everyone, storms start to intensify. We get it starts to pop off around Ohio. And we get that line that it's kind of rotating. You can see how it rotates up. And we get another round of storms in Indiana. And then it moves off. and away from everyone. So that is what I wanted to show you guys today. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like, maybe subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next weather-related video type thing. So yeah, goodbye everyone.